We're live. Hi. So there's the three of us. Once again, we didn't lie to you. It wasn't just going to be the Rob and Joe show anymore. Not Joe, John. I'm sorry. I
Wow.
Well,
I
you
on
took
it.
me
I,
out.
Into the show. You've already
It's
forgotten.
Robin Joy, and I'm being pushed out.
and he owns the store. God damn, guys. Anyway, welcome back to the Sidekick little show that we have over here. Rob, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Joey. How are you?
Good. I just took a nap, and that's why I'm all over the place. And that's why my
Yeah.
hair looks like this. And that's why I was late for recording. And that's why I didn't send files that I should have. So that's how I'm doing.
Yeah,
What
it's
about you?
8:30 at night, and you've had a nap, which is like generally old people go to bed about this time for the evening. So I'm not sure
I
what.
mean,
Says Rob, who probably took a nap at about 4:00 today.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
it depends the demographics of the show if they're going to understand it, because this is definitely the mid 30s to early 40s club. And I think people should realize that naps are just as important as being awake, because we have so many responsibilities, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all
And that's
for a
why we're
siesta.
here. Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll call it a siesta. It was more kind of like one of those, it's Monday, and that was not the day I was expecting. And the only thing that's going to fix this is a nap and Chinese food for later on. So that's coming in about half an hour to my house. Anyway, that's why
Well,
we have to record really fast now. Jay Ho, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Did you have a nap today?
I did not. I could use a nap,
Right.
but I had several cups of coffee, so I'm good.
The only person in this podcast who was not a parent was the one that needed a nap. So I don't know what that really
Hey,
goes to show for,
hey,
but
if I could do it, I'd be doing it.
I know. Anyway, guys, we're gonna have another really, really great show today, because we're gonna be talking a little bit of news from Rob, as well as all the good things that are happening in Heroes World over at Markham. But let's start it off with John. What's new for tomorrow? What is gonna
All
be in the
right.
shops?
All right. So I've got some pictures here. So last week, I'm just going to recap some of the cool stuff we got in last week that I didn't get to mention. We got Small World of Warcraft, which is a reskinning of a game called Small World with
That's so
Warcraft
cute.
graphics and stuff. Yeah. I wish I had some more pictures actually, but we just got that in like right before the weekend. Really looking forward to playing it. Anyone familiar with the Small World game series? This one is like got new races from the World of Warcraft game, and it's got some of the elements. They've included the elements from Small World Underground, which has like legendary objects and quests that you can go on. So that's pretty cool. We also did get our, hold on, my thing is not going to change. Here we go. We did get Zendikar Rising in last week, so that's a big deal for Magic players. And
Hey,
we
you
did
didn't get that one mixed up that time.
Yeah, I messed up the name so many times. Like Rising of Zendikar, Zendikar Rises. So it's Zendikar Rising. We did get our Pokemon Champions Pass stuff, very limited quantity. We are getting more product this week as well. So that's hot for Pokemon players. And then we are getting some new toys this week, which I'm pretty excited for. We're getting the new TMNT line from Super 7, which is a throwback to the original Turtle. So Rob might remember these. Joey probably won't. But you used to get a sprue with the turtle weapons back in the day, and you'd actually have to cut those weapons off, and they're all just one color. And then the turtles you can see the two different heads there. All the turtles had this usually aggressive looking head.
Yeah.
So they've added these other heads.
As if they were constipated from all that cheese pizza.
Yeah. They all had that
like,
gritted.
Oh, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, they probably had lots of issues.
Right.
So getting those, I'm really excited for those. Super 7 did the Masters of the Universe Classics line, and they've done the new Thundercats throwback line as well. So that's really exciting for me. And then we're going to jump into the comics. So I'm not going to mention every comic that comes out for every company. I'm just going to do a couple of the quick hits. So Image, we've got Philadelphia, a really great book. That's Philadelphia number 8. Rob should probably check this out if he's going to be missing Gideon Falls. Kind of like a similar feel to it with vampires and all kinds of other stuff going on.
Cool.
Also from Image, Spawn 310. So this new gunslinger Spawn character has been really hot. Like a lot, his first appearance on the covers and stuff like that have been really in demand. Quick mention to our buddies. That Texas Blood. I forgot about that one from Image as well. That one's been doing really well for us. That's number 4. And then for Boom Studios, they got the Firefly Blue Sun Rising number 0. So Blue Sun is that weird kind of corporation thing that was in the background. If you all remember Firefly, one of my all-time favorite shows. And their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers keeps going on. Number 54, they are coming up to a reboot soon. So they're going to be resetting all the titles to number 1. So if you want to jump back on, they're going to have brand new number 1s, 2 titles coming up. I want to say 2 months from now, probably. Nice. And then let's hit Marvel first, because DC's got a monster hit this week coming up. And I know Rob's going to be excited for that one. So for Marvel, we've got Avengers 36. So some more Moon Knight versus Black Panther action. We've got the new Fantastic Four. Rob might know it at the top here. It says Nexus War Thor, which is a Fortnite thing.
Fortnite.
So we've probably talked about this a little bit, but Marvel, big Fortnite expansion. Yeah. So, and it has a lot of comic books. I've had several people ask me about it, so that's pretty cool. Some crossover things going on. This is the new Immortal Hulk threshing place, number 1. This is some of the interior art, and this interior art I'm showing you because it's by Mike Del Mondo, one of the local boys at our shop, one of our favorite artists, and he's doing this is it's a number 1 labeled as a 1. I don't know if it's a one shot, but it's in the vein of like your traditional Hulk tale where he's showing up somewhere and has some kind of like thing happening in the town, and he goes to investigate.
Like
so
the OG
pretty
show.
Good. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's very similar to the OG show where it looks like he's wandering in and he's gonna take off. And another guy for Rob. This is like Rob's week. Jeff Lemire is writing, so I think this is going to be a really hot one. We've ordered a lot of copies because our boy Mike is on it, so definitely check that one out. Shang-Chi is getting his number 1 for his 5-issue limited series that starts. It was pushed back and now it's here, featuring pretty much all Asian creative team. So it's going to have Jean Yang, who is a ABC for you guys that don't know, American born Chinese. So me myself, I'm a CBC, Canadian born Chinese.
CBC.
And then a Philip Tan, who's an old school artist, did a lot of image stuff and all over the place. And Jim Chung did this particular cover. There's a lot of variant covers done by fellow Asian artists as well.
Sweet.
Was there an art germ cover?
I don't. There's no art germ cover. There's an In-Huck Lee cover, which looks amazing. Nice. I couldn't find the image for it, but it looks awesome, and it does look similar to art germ stuff.
Nice. Sorry, Rob, you were saying.
No, I've never heard those acronyms before, so thanks for enlightening me on that. I had no clue. As far as I was concerned, ABC and CBC were like news channels outlets. So
what happens is when. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
There was another one that's ABG, and I'm not one of these, but it's what is it? Asian Baby Girl. I'm like, no, no,
can't help you.
I'm not familiar with that one, but as I was growing up, a lot of the other Asian kids would come up to you and start speaking to you in Chinese, and your easiest response was, "Oh, I'm CBC," which means you grew up here and your Chinese is not so good, so they gotta have to switch languages. So moving on.
All right.
If you've ever heard my Chinese, I'm sure anyone who has will make fun of me heavily, so don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pat and Matt both included in that demographic of making fun of me. Their Chinese is fine. So Strange Academy number 3. This book has been like kind of missing in action since the whole lockdown pandemic. This looks like a brand new character, Doyle Dormammu, which looks pretty fly. He's got like a vest and stuff going on. Very, very hot book. Number 1 and 2 instantly sold out. They're going on 2nd and 3rd printings now. Wow. And then we do have X Factor number 4, which is part 2 of the whole 10 of Swords crossover. So if you got 10 of Swords creation last week, then you have to pretty much follow every following X book coming out in the next couple of weeks to get this story that's going to be happening next month.
22 issues.
22 chapters.
22 chapters. Yeah. That's a boatload. Like that's an omnibus of its own, right? Like
absolutely.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy, but I hope it pays off.
Whoever's following this, you guys have got to make sure that checklist that we showed you last week is ticked off, because you're going to miss out on something and you're going to be so cheesed about it. So again, John, you said this was the 2nd book, right?
Yeah, this is chapter 2. So we're getting ramped up here. And then you might see in upcoming weeks, you might see 2 chapters drop at once. So hopefully your wallet is ready for that. And then a quick drop for the new Daredevil Volume 4. Chip Zdarsky or Zdarsky. I always mess up. Yeah, is going to be dropping for Volume 4.
That goes in my bin this week.
Yeah, man. Rob's got a busy week here, man.
I do.
So we're going to jump to DC. We've got a brand new.
Am I aware it's a busy week, or are you just throwing stuff in my bin?
I feel like it's just also like I was like,
up.
Rob's gonna want one of these. Rob's gonna want one of these. Like, so this is the new Batman Joker Warzone one shot. So the current Batman story arc is called Batman Joker or called Joker War, and they're currently on part 5. The final part's going to be coming out with issue 100, which is going to reveal the new Batman suit. All kinds of craziness that starts in October. This is a one shot that's detailing stories featuring other characters that aren't predominantly in the Batman book right now. So you can see in this picture, Cassandra Cain, Spoiler, and Clown Hunter are getting stories kind of featured in this book.
It's crazy that Cassandra Cain on that cover though. She's gone back to her Batgirl costume as opposed to this being in the orphan costume.
Yeah, I think I wonder if the artist chose it, but Spoiler is one of my all-time favorite characters, so I'm interested to see what she's got to do in here. And then this is the other cover. This is the regular cover. Sorry, this is the variant. And then we do have a Wonder Woman one shot for 1984 that was supposed to be, I guess, a prelude to the movie. It's not happening right now. But you can check out this comic that is a lead-in kind of catch-up for people who are about to go see the movie. So we'll, I guess you can tuck it away for 2021.
No, it's supposed to be Christmas Day. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, Christmas Day. All right. So for Christmas Eve, you bust that out and you read it, and then you go see Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. And also Wonder Woman, her regular book is also coming out, number 763.
Sorry, is that supposed to be cover A?
This, I believe, is cover B. So this is the.
I was going to say, I'm like, that looks insane for a cover A.
Yeah. They're going really crazy with these Wonder Woman cover Bs. So that's a nice one. And then the big boy this week is 3 Jokers.
There we go.
So I got the big cover checklist. So we're on the second row now. So cover A and B, the Joker, the older Joker. I guess Rob can maybe clarify. The criminal. I think he's supposed to be the criminal, the one with his fingers up. Yeah. Sorry, I can't.
No, he's is that the comedian? Is that the comedian? Now, yes, you're right. That's the criminal. The top one is the comedian.
Yeah. So each Joker is featured in each of these covers.
Yeah.
And then cover B is going to be each of the hero characters, it looks like. So this week is Batgirl.
Yeah.
And then you got a bunch of just classic Joker faces over here. So the most popular one from the first one was definitely this Joker in the red hood. This one, I don't know. If I had to call it, this Joker behind bars is pretty fire.
Yeah.
I like that. And then, man, book 3 looks like it's going to be pretty nuts. You got this classic Killing Joker. Rob's boy over here, Greg Capullo, like shaved head, undercut Joker. I don't know what you technically call him. And then a very nice red hood.
Death in the family Joker or whatever, right?
Death of the family. Yeah.
Death of the family. Yeah.
He said that like Chandler, death of the family.
Yeah. I know. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
It's Moo.
Yeah. So that's it. And this is just a close up of the covers. And we will have the bonus playing card. You're not going to be able to get a full deck. So I don't know what DC was doing with this. I guess you could just tuck it into your pocket and whip it out when you want to impress people. I don't know.
At the corner of Warden.
Check this out. Yeah. So and that's a rundown of most of the new stuff. Again, we get new stuff every Wednesday and throughout the week. So those were just the hits.
Very cool.
Dude, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for that. 3 Jokers.
Your wallet, is it ready? Because that was a lot of books. That was a lot of Rob books.
So it's actually not whether my wallet is ready. It's whether my wife's ready to see the deductions of the bank account going on. That's so, am I ready to sleep on the couch is really what the question should be. Am I prepared?
Oh, man. Well, hey, John, do you take Canadian Tire money? Because, that could be a good bargain for you.
I remember there were shops when I was growing up that took Canadian Tire money back in the day.
Yeah, they're called Canadian Tire.
No, they were like literally, there was, when I was growing up, shout outs to Port Dover, there was a comic shop called Big Boys Toys, great name, and they had a sign up that said, "We take Canadian Tire money." So I guess that guy was, handy or something, and he'd be like, "Why? It's just like money to me." So I was like,
I'm gonna make my own wooden short boxes. I don't know.
I never had any. I was probably like friggin' 8 or something. I'm like, I don't have any Canadian Tire money, but it was an option.
I do remember though, growing up, somebody for Halloween, they put some like wrapped up over a candy bar for Halloween. You would get like Canadian Tire money, like 50 cents or 75 cents. You'd be like, the heck am I doing with all this? It was just really bizarre.
That was for the parents.
Yeah, maybe.
That was honestly like my highlight of childhood is when I get Canadian Tire money and $2 bills, not toonies, because toonies wasn't a thing back then. But then I just felt like I was rolling, when I had all that stash on me. But anyway, those were really, really awesome books. That's actually some of my books for my pull list are also going to be in this Wednesday's stuff as well. So my wallet's got to be ready. I don't have a wife to, look at my bank account and take a look, see if I'm going to be sleeping on the couch that day. So I got to be ready. But yeah, so that's that. And the news aspect.
Then that just means, Joey, is that you're sounds like you're offering to pay for my books too. So hey, thanks, man. That's
sorry, no English? Hello? English, no good. Sorry.
What's the abbreviation for Asian sugar mama? ASM?
It's Stewart.
JOWY.
No. It's Stewart. We're going to discuss this later on, but now it's time for just to be like, let's deflect the money away from Joey. Rob, tell us about news. You've got some really exciting things to talk about.
Yeah, we've got a lot of there's a lot of news that dropped last week, and maybe it was a lot of small nuggets, right? So it was like mining in Fortnite. I'm going to start off with one of John's favorite properties is G.I. Joe. So Snake Eyes, the black-clad super ninja assassin, had his own movie. And listen, if we weren't in the midst of this apocalypse, we would probably be talking about going to see this movie the next couple of weeks. It was supposed to drop, I believe, in October. So it's been pushed back to sometime in 2021. It's been undefined. But some news came out this past week from Henry Golding, who is Snake Eyes himself. In an interview with Enemy magazine, he said that essentially this movie reboots the entire G.I. Joe cinema franchise. So he's quoted as saying, quote, "They've recreated G.I. Joe into something very cool and a far throw from what we've seen thus far on the big screen. I think there's room for many spin-offs, to be honest. This, I think, will be the launch of a brand new franchise." So that's pretty cool. I mean, I know John
but now we lose all this. We're going to lose Sienna Miller. We lose like Gordon Joseph Levitt or Jordan Joseph Levitt or J. Jonah Jameson.
Gordon.
we lose Channing Tatum. We lose Marlon Wayans. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, we do.
We lose Bruce Willis, Adriana. Like, it's crazy, right? No one else.
Yeah, but what if I said that? What if I said that Tyrese was going to be in it? Then
okay, I'm in. Roadblock. Tyrese, he can rhyme.
You just got to hit the T word, guys. That's all. Soundtrack by Mariah Carey and all 90s slow jam artists. So there you go. Well, no, I think that's going to be really interesting.
Speaking of really crappy ideas, over the weekend, Netflix dropped a trailer for Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise. Like, can you make
why are you such a hater?
Can you make the title any more complicated? Anyways, this is the second of the War for Cybertron shows. As you know, Siege was the first part of this series. It was 6 half-hour episodes debuted in the summer. If you want to check out what we all thought of the first go-around of Siege, go back into the Heroes World podcast. It's in there.
Spoiler alert, Rob was not happy with it.
Yeah, I think it was in July. Earthrise is forthcoming, so we don't have a date yet. All we know is that Netflix said it's coming soon. I'm thinking either the end of November or right before the Christmas holidays. So for those that did enjoy the first part, good luck. Speaking of Netflix, Minor Titans season 3 news is out. Now, for those in Canada, Titans is a Netflix-based show. We didn't get the DC Universe up here like they did in the States. So actually nobody got the DC Universe app. And apparently nobody will have it anymore because DC's pulled the plugs on it. But I digress. If you're a fan of
VPN
Titans, what?
Unless you grab a VPN and pull some shady tactics. Some people did have it over here in Canada, but it wasn't via normal means.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
Nope.
So if you are a fan of Titans, you know that Kieran Walters plays Jason Todd Robin. And if you're a fan of Batman or comics or even the Arkham Knight games, spoilers here, but you know that Jason Todd ends up becoming the Red Hood. So on Friday, Kieran Walters tweeted that the Red Hood costume, and this is a quote, looks so good. Now, I personally have an issue with him being the Red Hood because like the guy's 22 years old. So I mean, like it's not that he's
not it's an age thing.
Right. I think 22 is a fine age, but he plays really young. Like it just physically looks super young. Like he looks like he's in his mid to like not late teens, but like that 17 age, right? Which good for him that he has those genes. I just have a difficult time seeing him as the adult version of Jason Todd in the Red Hood costume. We've got
a Jensen Ackles picture here. He didn't tweet a picture. He literally just tweeted, "It looks so good." So this is Jensen Ackles, who's got some money, and probably had this costume made for him. So you know who you can imagine what the official one's going to look like.
Or it won't look anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the old canister Red Hood costume, the Joker. You know, regardless, Red Hood's coming in season 3, whether we want him to or not. So there you go. And that film's in Toronto. So there's been no word. Down. Right. Nope. Season 3 hasn't started filming yet. I suspect you will start seeing some stuff happening in the 416 in the next few months, though.
I think Lois and Clark, the Lois character, tweeted that they're in Vancouver and they've taken the COVID tests, so they're ready to film as soon as I guess they get the results. So I guess Titans and a lot of those shows are in the same position.
CW shows have already started filming.
Yeah,
right. It's the same thing right now. I saw something about DC's Legends of Tomorrow and how they're pretty much going to be in post-production very, very soon. So the shows are going to come back very, very soon.
Yeah, I think the CW shows are all slated for the beginning of 2021, right? So we won't have anything, no fall new shows, but they'll be back. They'll be back. People, don't worry. You're going to get your fix of superhero shows.
Cool your jets.
Yeah, that's right. Cool your jet. All right. Now listen, I'm a big fan of the movie Tenet. I know that John hasn't seen it. Joey, did you see Tenet? No. Okay. Anyways, John David Washington. Okay, he of Tenet, Black Klansman, and Denzel's son, was asked recently about playing a superhero. Now he did star obviously in Tenet with future Batman Robert Pattinson. So he asked. He was asked, "Hey, what would you choose in terms of a role, DC or Marvel?" And he's like, "No, I am not putting myself into a box. I'm not going to answer that question." But the interviewer from Nerd Reactor asked him, what would he do if Kevin Feige called and offered him the lead role of Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four, right? Oh God, and John said, and I quote, "Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for taking this meeting. Where do I sign?" Right? So he was like all for it. He's like, sign me up as Reed Richards. But then, excuse me, the internet does what the internet does, and the trolls came out at night, and they were really upset at the idea of him in the role of Reed Richards, right? Like people were angry. Lots of people upset that they, being Marvel, would cast a non-white or Caucasian actor in the role for a character that is and has been white. So like, I'm not going to wade into that debate other than to say this. If you think casting this man at Reed Richards is all sorts of wrong, then you are stupid. This man is a good actor. I could totally see him as Reed Richards. And don't send me messages telling me that they wouldn't make Blade a white person, because that's not a viable comparison. I have seen those arguments on the internet. There's no time for it. It's all about the actor. The actor's right for the role. I don't give a crap what the person's background is. So I would be totally down to see John David Washington as Reed Richards. That's my take on that.
I mean, can we say the same thing about like the casting for the new Hawkman anyway? So the Black Adam movie, that's going to be a change. You know, he's typically Caucasian. Hal Carter is usually Caucasian in the JLA and all the other comic books and animation. And honestly, you're absolutely right about that, Rob. Like, there's acting chops that need to be put out there in the forefront before color sometimes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and man, this guy is a good actor, so I'm all down for that. Lastly, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, we can't go a month without getting some JL news. Originally, when it was confirmed that the Snyder Cut was going to be released, he's going to finish it. Warner Brothers are going to give him like $20 million to just finish the special effects. It was going to be 4 one-hour installments. And he had said, listen, there's no new footage being shot. We're just bringing him in for some ADR, which is some audio dubbing. We're going to do some special effects stuff, finish Dark Side. Well, I don't know what's happened, but things have changed. If you're a fan of the Heroes World podcast, which you better be, you would probably know that we had discussed whether or not there would be reshoots. And some of us may have surmised that it wouldn't surprise us if reshoots were done. It's being done. Warner Brothers has now upped it to $70 million. They're handing them $70 million to do reshoots. And
money.
Yeah, right. And that will feature in part Ray Fisher's Cyborg. He was apparently a very big part of the original Snyder version of JL. A whole bunch of stuff. That's a whole other episode we can get into with what's going on with Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers and Warner Media. But apparently Snyder has now increased his role. There's rumors that some of the other cast members like Affleck and Gal Gadot may come back. We don't know. But we do know that somebody who won't be coming back is Henry Cavill, Mr. Superman himself. So he's in this new Netflix movie called Enola Holmes, right? We play Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, he just dropped.
Yeah, it just came out on Friday, and he was asked about the reshoots, and he said that he's not shooting anything additional for the movie. It was all what was already being done and was already in the can. So that's cool, right? But then in the British GQ article, he was asked again about playing Superman in his own standalone movie, and he said, I'm going to quote Cavill here. He goes, "Well, I think it's important that this."
That's your Cavill voice? I think you got to start over again.
Yeah, please, Rob.
And you got to go like this.
Yeah.
You got to reload. You got to reload your arms. I don't got room on my screen.
He talks like this when he's Superman. He said, "Well, I think it's important that this, meaning the interview, should be about Enola Holmes." So
classy dude,
right? Nice dodge. But here's the problem: is that Cavill had been going on and on and on about Warhammer figures. He built that massive gaming PC that we just saw, over the internet, like 2 weeks ago. He talked about the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So he was talking about a lot of things. But when it came to that, was Enola Holmes. So when it came to Superman, he dodged it like Matrix style. And so the interviewer asked whether the response constitutes a no comment, and Cavill, apparently he just kind of grinned and said, "I said what I said." Man, this guy is notorious for keeping things close to the chest, so who knows? Maybe he has some more information in his back pocket. Also, he's expressed some serious interest in wanting to play James Bond after Daniel Craig. So we'll see what happens with Cavill.
Yeah.
And that was going to be it for the news, but then John was really bugging me about this last.
I wasn't really bugging you.
I Tetris style squeezed this in for John, all right? Because John wanted to do, so we're going to discuss it. His boy, James Cameron. James Cameron was interviewed by Arnold Schwarzenegger virtually while attending the 2020 Austrian World Summit. I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
I missed it this year.
Yeah, man.
I'm there every year.
John, every year.
I always wake up too late. But Arnie was asking Cameron about what's the status of the Avatar sequels. And Cameron has confirmed that Avatar 2 is 100% done filming of like the humans, of the mocap stuff, 95% complete on Avatar 3. Now they're just going to be working on the visual effects, transferring everything that they've filmed into the computers and building it all up and building the worlds. Avatar 2 is now scheduled to drop December 16th of 2022. And because John can't get enough Avatar, part 3 is coming out December 20th of 2024. And then parts 4 and 5, John, will be out 2026 and 2028 respectively. So that first Avatar...
That's a lot of Avatar. That's a lot of Avatar, guys.
Yeah, so that first
without any airbending,
2009, right? It'll be 12 years between 1 and 2, and almost 20 years before we get to 1 to 5. So, John, I hope you are excited for the world of whatever that world was.
Blue Smurf people. I still haven't seen it, but I've got 2 years to watch it still. So
wait, you've never seen Avatar?
I've never seen it. I missed it 3D in theaters, and I heard that's the way to see it, so I never ended up watching it.
So what? Why did you ask me to mention that? Like I thought
I was giving you tips for news, and I just thought since you being the movie aficionado,
first of all,
aficionado, I like affinicado.
I like
avocado.
Right?
He's the avocado of men.
Yeah. My new nickname, the avocado of men.
Every single episode, you're gonna have a new nickname, and I was so tempted to introduce you guys as some random things today, and I think I'm gonna start on episode 3 to do that.
Yeah, well, let's for the record make sure I wasn't trying to like play all nicey with Joey like the last time, all right? But yes, John, I swear to God, I thought you were like a massive Avatar fan. That's why
I'm a James Cameron fan, but
Pandora, like, the world of that was it. Is Pandora was his made up world. All right,
that's it.
You know what? It was an expensive version of Fern Gully. I think that was about it.
Oh no, Rob.
That's what Avatar was. So anyways, that's the news.
That's the news. So again, like sometimes our chat goes so fast when it comes to news because I'll go see something and then I'll put it onto the chat and then Rob's just like, you know what? I already knew about that this guy is just best for news. And thank you for giving us all that tidbit. And guys, you guys are going to have a show on Wednesday, of course. And what are we going to be talking about then?
We are actually talking more news. So much news dropped. We don't typically do like big coverage of news. We did do DC Fandom Part 1 and 2, but there was just so much Marvel Universe and DC Universe news that dropped. We basically had to do a whole show just reacting to all these different castings and things like that. So one of the main ones that we did was we talked about it during our last show here was the She-Hulk casting of Tatiana. I don't know her last name. Yeah, and many other Orphan Black, Orphan Black fame, and many other things. The Olivia Wilde Spider-Man. I don't know if Rob wants to help me out and name some of the things too.
There was the Hawkman.
The Hawkman.
We talked about Nick Fury with
getting his own show.
With his own show. We talked
Black Widow delays.
The delay of movies on DC front. Oh, sorry, the Black Adam. And it was just lots of stuff. It was a heavy news item, news week. So we just had a lot of stuff to just wanted to get through and get over, right? So
so that's what the show's going to be about on Wednesday. Is just news on top of news on top of more news.
It's but basically our reaction.
I remember the big one, John's favorite, the Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker, John Cena.
John Cena Peacemaker show.
Suicide Squad spin-off.
Yeah. Spider-Woman. Okay. Miss Marvel, all those things, all those.
Oh God, I'm so excited about this.
Dropped, right? We talked about it. So
yeah, I'm gonna tune in because I need to know what's happening with Miss Marvel. It was a quick thing that I saw online, and I don't know any more about it, so I'm gonna have to find out from you guys on the Wednesday show. Is there anybody that's gonna be guest starring in the Wednesday show as well?
No, we did everything too last minute, so we didn't have time to invite guests. So it's just the four original crew members.
Oh, awesome. No, that's cool, guys. And you know what, guys, Wednesday, all the new things come out. You know that your favorite day of the week is Wednesday in any comic book store because all the new comics come out, toys come out, and then you're going to come out and buy them. Right, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah, I am, and
so we thank everyone for that.
Out there,
So looking forward to definitely going to the Wednesday kind of hop in comic book stores, and I used to work in a comic book store as well, and let me tell you that Wednesday morning and that Tuesday when we get comics, we're just as excited as well. So tune in. Tomorrow, of course, is going to be the show, the big show. So tune in for more news. And Rob, where can we follow you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Rob Gaudette, which is ROBGAUDETTE.
Mm-hmm. And John?
So the store stuff is all Heroes World online, and we're available on all the main podcast hosting. And then you can follow me on Instagram if you want at the ho.heroesworld.
That's right. And the store as well is heroesworldonline.com if you guys want to check that out as well. But honestly, Heroes World is all over the place. You guys can find us on Facebook. You guys can find us on Instagram. The stories, the Insta stories is actually super, super cool in Heroes World because John will showcase you all the toys. There's a little bit of toy photography stuff there. There's a little bit of everything. So go and check that out. And of course,
where are you?
Yeah, you could follow me on Instagram at the Captain Canary, and also follow me on my own show, and that's at Comics Vault at Heroes Manufactured, which you could find really everywhere. You find us on YouTube. The Titans episode that I just did will be coming out on YouTube in just a few days from now, so go and check that out. And I want to say a special thank you to someone who did a little something for us. So Andrew Bianchi, if you're looking at our show right now and you're waiting for your shout out, here it is. Thanks for making us the intro and outro music for our new show. So there we go.
It's going to debut next episode, though. We had some technical difficulties. So, but yeah, here's I'll pop up his information now. I think you can still hear our audio. So there's all our tags, and we will also have the links available. We'll have it in our link tree, and in the whatever method you're watching this, there should be a link at the bottom of the description.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll see you guys next week on another one of our Sidekick shows, and I'm going to be signing out. This is Joey from Heroes World, and that's Rob and John.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.